Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristi. Today I have a keto related video for you. A little bit of background information about me and my family. We are all on keto, and that includes my husband, myself, and my two daughters, 18 and 11. My 11-year-old is on it because she was diagnosed with hypoglycemia, and the rest of us were on it for weight loss purposes, but we did convert that over because it is such a healthier lifestyle. So today's video is going to be my top tips for beginner keto. So if you're just starting and you have no idea, I'm going to tell you what I wish someone had told me in the beginning to help me out. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm going to have my name right here so you can go follow me over there. I do stick up tips, and I'm going to be doing that a lot more in the new year. Keto foods that are approved, what fats are great for keto, so make sure you go follow me. And we also have a Facebook group, All Things Keto with Kristi. It's an amazing group of people. We are almost at 3,000. They'll answer your questions. We share discount codes. We help each other out, and it's super great for encouragement. Definitely go check them out. Okay, let's get started with my top keto tips for beginners. These are not going to be in any particular order, but the most important thing, in my opinion, is research, research, research. I did not do enough research. I started keto the first time in January of 2009, and it was a major failure for me. I thought keto was all about meat, meat, meat. That's what I had to eat. That's all I could eat. I did not realize that there were several different types of keto. There's strict keto, carnivore keto, lazy keto, dirty keto. I'm not going to go into all that in this video, but again, do your research and find out which one works for you. In the beginning of my weight loss journey, I did start out strict keto, and I did combine that with intermittent fasting, and that worked wonderful for me. And then as I went on, I started with lazy keto, and now after I've hit goal weight, we are doing dirty keto just to see how that works for us. So again, tons of videos out there, lots of articles on the internet. Just do tons of research and take notes. So once I failed miserably at keto in January, I did start back up in March after my daughter, who was 18, stuck with it from January to March and had lost tons of weight, and I was sort of kicking myself for not sticking with it myself. So that's when I started doing all of this research, and the one thing that I figured out that you need to do is add your electrolytes early. Like now, before you even start keto, start adding in electrolytes. You're going to need potassium, magnesium, and sodium. The best way to get your sodium in is with pink Himalayan salt, and you're going to want to add that to all of your foods and even some water and drink that. This is going to help you eliminate the possibility of getting the keto flu, and that derails the majority of people that start out on keto. It makes you fatigued, it makes you achy, so just go ahead and incorporate those. Again, that follows back to doing your research to see what works for you and how many milligrams that you need to take. Go ahead and download an app so that you can track your macros. You definitely want to do that in the beginning because it's hard to know if you're getting in your fat, your calories, your protein, and if you're staying within that pie chart, because you want to be 70 to 75% fat. That's where you want the majority of your calories to come from when you're on keto. Keto is high fat, moderate protein, and low carb, and an app will help you. The one that I used was Carb Manager. They have a free version, and that's what I used. You can go plug in all your information. You can even go to a section in the settings and put in what your goal is. You'll want to check weight loss, how much weight you want to lose, and all that, and it'll go ahead and set up your little pie chart. So all you got to do is just poke in all that information, and it does the rest for you. So definitely track in the beginning until you get the hang of it. A really important step to take when being successful with keto is find you a support group, because if you're like me, I live in a rural area and most people have no idea what keto is. So check out our Facebook group. They are a great support group. It's All Things Keto with Kristi, linked right down below. All you'll have to do is click it and it will take you to our Facebook page. It is imperative that you have people that understand what you're going through, because the normal person, like your next door neighbor or even your parents, or your friends, they're not going to understand what you're going through. It feels a little isolating at times being on a diet that most people do not even know anything about. So I highly suggest finding a group. If you have like groups, if you live in bigger areas like some people do that live in Austin, in San Antonio, and Salt Lake City, they have groups where they meet, and that would be awesome. I would love to have something like that around me, and I'm even considering doing that for people that are local, because I think support like that, interaction with people that are following keto, is amazing. When you can talk to someone about what you're going through and what you found, and you can, you know, share recipes and experiences, it helps so much. So if you do not have that in person, make sure you follow a group on Facebook, Instagram, or something like that, just for extra help. Go ahead and add collagen into your diet now. Find the one that works for you. Hair loss can be a huge contributor to many people stopping the ketogenic lifestyle. It doesn't happen just because you've started keto. It can be with any major lifestyle change. I went to my doctor and we spoke about why I was losing so much hair. He does support the ketogenic lifestyle, so he told me it doesn't have to be that. It can be any major change in your life can affect hair. Collagen is good for hair, skin, nails, joints. It does so many things. I believe at a certain age, you need to be taking collagen anyways. I think you start losing it in your 20s. So definitely start taking it at the beginning of your journey. If you've not even started keto yet, but you think you're going to in the near future, go ahead and incorporate the collagen into your lifestyle. It slows down the process. I started collagen once I'd already started losing an amount of hair that was ridiculous. I mean, I would run my fingers through it and handfuls would come out every day, and it was frightening. So I asked my doctor, he told me collagen. It did slow down the hair loss after about 2 weeks, but the hair growth has been insane. I have so many baby hairs growing in here, and it sort of happens immediately. So even though you're still losing hair, you're growing new hair. So go ahead, start collagen now. My favorite collagen is by Perfect Keto. I love the chocolate. I've added it to several recipes. I'll have a link below for you in the description box so that you can get a discount if you want to go order it. They have unflavored, they have vanilla, salted caramel, I think they have mocha, chocolate. Again, my absolute favorite. It is the best one I have found. I have tried so many, but a lot of collagens are chalky. They don't dissolve well in your milk or your coffee or to make hot chocolate, and I can't stand that gritty consistency, and this one doesn't do that. So this is the one I suggest. Remember, you get what you pay for. Another important step, I believe, is keeping it simple. Do not go into keto full force and want to start out making all these big meals and incorporating all these new flours and trying to make all these keto desserts. It's hard. Like I said, it can be so overwhelming in the beginning. It is a major lifestyle change. So in the beginning for me, I stuck with bacon, eggs, sausage, butter for breakfast. That was my main thing. And then for dinner and lunch, I kept it sort of the same until I started getting the hang of everything. And then I started experimenting when it was not so overwhelming. Believe me, you're going to be going through a lot. And a lot of it is mental. The mental part of keto in the beginning is significant. So keep it simple, find the foods you love, and don't go extravagant in the beginning. If this one is an option for you, do it. Clean out your fridge and clean out your pantry and get rid of all the non-keto foods. In the beginning, that wasn't an option for me because I had a 10-year-old who was not on keto and my husband wasn't either. So we still had the chips and the cereals and the pastas and all that. So I would be good for a couple of days and then I would completely break down and just grab a handful of cereal or a Pop-Tart or something like that. Horrible idea. It didn't let me keep my stride. So once everyone got on board and was doing keto, it made it a lot easier. If that is an option for you, I highly suggest you do it. It made our life so much more simple and those temptations are no longer in the house. Try to get your family on board with keto, even if it's just little tweaks at a time. Fix everybody the same meal. Like in the crock pot right now, I have a pork tenderloin and I'm going to make Brussels sprouts and green beans. That's keto and it's definitely something the whole family will eat. In the beginning, if you need to still make your family some rolls or mashed potatoes, do it, but you can start weeding that stuff out. Cleaning out the pantry and the fridge was a game changer. A game changer. Once it was no longer in the house, it wasn't like I was going to leave and go to the store and buy Reese cups, so I wasn't going to cheat. Remember that every time you fix a meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your snack, you're going to have to add some fats because, I mean, honestly, you are on a health journey. So we eat a lot of chicken and we eat a lot of pork tenderloin and we eat healthy foods. So what we need to do is add our fats to that. So when I make my Brussels sprouts tonight, I'm going to add some bacon and bacon grease. You can add avocado oil, you can add olive oil, you can add butter. There are so many fats that you can add to your meals. So make sure you're adding fat to every meal, especially in the beginning, because what you're trying to do is convert your body over from burning carbs as fuel to burning fat as fuel. Some of our favorite fats to add in, again, are olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, nuts, nut butters, flaxseed, salmon, eggs, of course, butter, and cheeses. Last but not least, and possibly most important, always be prepared. In my bag, in my purse, in my handbag, I always carry a little snack bag, and it's going to have my perfect keto bars in there. It's going to have a bag of nuts. It's going to have healthy snacks in there that are keto approved. That way, when we're out and I'm not expecting myself to be out this long, or there's nowhere for me to stop and get anything, I have something to fall back on and I won't be tempted to stop and get something unhealthy. This was another game changer for me. I didn't do this in the beginning because I didn't want to jump in and start experimenting with the bars and all that. It's definitely a way to lose your weight faster, and I think in the first month I lost 21 pounds and I hadn't incorporated any of those things. So if you can do that, that's great. But for me, I was addicted to sugar. There would be days that went by that I would not even eat a meal. I would just live on gummy bears and Oreo cookies and Reese cups. So I have a major sweet tooth. So once I found those things that worked for us, like the bars and the snacks that are keto approved, it made my life so much simpler, easier, and I knew that I would not fall off the keto wagon or out of the ketogenic lifestyle because now I had replacements. So start looking into those. I do have a ton of things listed below in the description box. Lots of discount codes if you want to try anything out. If you have any questions about what I like, or even items that are my favorite, just go ahead and put them in the comments below because I'm here to help, or join me on Instagram or the Facebook group and we can talk about it there. But definitely start looking into things like that. They are definitely not necessary, but if you're like me, they help. Make sure to check the description box below for additional bonus tips that may help you along your keto journey. Okay, that was some of my best tips for beginners starting a ketogenic lifestyle in the new year or anytime. These things I wish I had somebody to tell me when I first started. I wish I just had this list someone could hand over to me. It would have made it so much easier. I would have been on keto since January instead of falling off the wagon, falling off the wagon, and then finally sticking with it in March. So I wish everybody the best of luck. If you have any questions, make sure you check below. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and become a member of my YouTube family. It is an amazing group of people and we're so supportive here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. My youngest daughter and my mother, who doesn't live here, the immediate family members, really important for being successful. Add certain things. Cleaning out the pantry and the fridge for me and getting rid of cleaning out the pantry and fridge for my